It's in the game.
Okay. EA Sports is in the game.
The old horseshoe, Ohio Stadium in Columbus, Ohio. A late season top 25 matchup on hand with a couple of college football's premier teams preparing to square off. It's the Washington Huskies and the Ohio State Buckeyes. Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with you. Holly Rowe down on the sidelines, and Holly, a little familiarity in this one.
Checking in with the Buckeyes head coach before the game. He loves how his team has come out and dominated in the conference so far this season, but he understands the road gets even harder now. He's talked to his team about getting off to a fast start, that's important to set the tone here today. They want to keep that undefeated streak alive in conference play, but it all begins right now. We'll see if they can do it against a very tough opponent. Reese?
Thank you, Holly. Really looking forward to this matchup. Washington likely to try to boot it deep to get things started. And he's going to bring this one out. Tackled at the 24 and almost breaks even with the yardage he would have gotten with a touchback. From the gun, it's Jackson. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3. Let's talk just for a second about Ohio State. They're the new #1 team in the country. What do they need to do to stay in that spot?
Well, and it's cool to see this team earn that, right? Like they haven't been #1. They had to go get it on the field, and now it's got to stay on the field, Jesse. One game at a time. Don't get over our skis. Think about too many things in the future. Think about today.
Yeah, they've got to have a sense of urgency now, especially knowing with that #1 beside the name, they're going to get everybody's best shot. So they've got to step up. They've actually got to elevate their play now, I think, to keep this thing moving forward.
Now they'll face 3rd and 4 in their first possession of the game. Saying from the gun on 3rd down. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. A tough start to the opening drive as the defense comes up with a big play. offense suddenly with an opportunity it couldn't have expected with a 1st and goal after the pick. Lets it fly. Falls incomplete, and he did everything perfectly except catch the football. 2nd down coming.
Man, you got to give credit to this defense in the sudden change situation. They've barely had a chance to even blink. Just a second ago, they were on the sideline. All of a sudden, there's a turnover. They got to take the field. They're on their own goal line, and a phenomenal job getting lined up, communicating, and making sure that that pass play fell incomplete.
Now on the move. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Huskies! Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game.
The defense knew coming into this game they were going to have their hands full. Not only did they have to worry about these running backs in the running game, they had to worry about the quarterback as well. On designed runs and on scrambles, they didn't have an answer for him right there.
From deep, it's Rodgers. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Here's Julian Sayin to throw. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. Wide open, he makes the catch. Stepped out of bounds at the 38-yard line, and you want to talk about flipping the field. He just did it like that.
What a throw on 1st down on the first play of the drive. And I think sometimes quarterbacks are given an alert on a specific play. And what that means is maybe the ball was supposed to go to somebody else. But in pre-snap, if the quarterback sees a matchup he likes, he's given the green light to take the shot. And I think that's exactly what happened on that play.
The emotions and energy figure to be high all day, guys, because of what's at stake this late in the season. Really a must-win for both teams.
Yeah, these are the ones that get your blood moving, Reese. You get jacked up, man. We don't have to say anything in the locker room, give these big speeches. You know what's at stake, Jesse. You're ready to rock and roll. This is when you prove you're the big dog.
Which is pretty cool, too, because it's been a long season. And these teams obviously are both physically and mentally tired. But you're right. For this kind of game, this is the one you circled at the start of the year. You knew that this was going to matter. There was going to be a lot on the line. Now it's time to go out and prove you're the better team.
He's got enough for the 1st down. They'll spot him at the 24-yard line. The Buckeyes are marching down the field. Say it. Lets it fly. There he goes. They're able to keep him out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2 after the big play in the passing game. And the Buckeyes trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. They'll run it. It's Jackson. And he's in. Touchdown, Buckeyes. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The Huskies offense out there and ready to go. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. They'll start on the ground with Washington. Powers through the defender. Forges ahead. Picks up about 3 to the 29.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
The horseshoe is rocking, trying to help their defense on third down. Williams desperately trying to cut through the noise. Soft spot in the middle. Oh, he's got some space. The 20, the 10. Touchdown, Huskies. He found some open space and turned on the Jets. Quick strike touchdown comes out and jump-starts the offense.
And, man, we see this in college football, so much explosiveness and firepower, and we get high-scoring game after high-scoring game, and it looks like we're on pace for one of those right now.
Here he comes from midway in the end zone. Slips through the line. Got a little room. And there he goes. He'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Ohio State. Well, maybe they thought if they kicked it into the end zone that he wouldn't dare bring it back. Instead, he just dared them to tackle him, and nobody could. What an explosive return.
Yeah, and those guys got so much speed, they ain't scared. And you could tell, takes it out, good blocking, give him a little crease, and you could see the speed. You don't put slow guys back deep. You don't see Jesse Palmer returning kicks. No, 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 no. You see the fast guys, and you see an open space, and boom, he's gone.
Drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Washington. Hit and dropped, and he got nothing on first down.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Just feeds the running back. Out across the 40 and forced out of bounds at the 42, and now this offense is clicking.
Well, the defense just had to chase that guy down, make a tackle after a long run, and no chance to substitute. They got to get the play call in because the offense is trying to go fast.
Might have picked up a couple on that one before he was knocked down.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Williams. Right side, it's Washington. And they knock him down, but he got past the line to gain. And that is why you call it a safety valve. You avoid the quarterback getting hit, and you also release the pressure that's being applied on the offense.
Defense is going to have to think about this in the future because you live and die by the blitz. It's great to try and get extra bodies getting after the quarterback, but then you risk running backs leaking out of the backfield and hurting you in the passing game.
Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. Entertaining first quarter, and we are all locked up after one as we take a quick look at some stats. First play of the period, first down here. Here's a give to Washington. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. Washington wants to go quickly.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on second down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. Set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can keep those sticks at a more manageable situation, and I'm not as predictable on a third down.
They've got enough for the first down, and they're in the red zone at the 20.
I think to be a good third down offense, guys, you've got to be able to run the football. You're going to come upon these third and short situations multiple times throughout the course of the year, but you've got to be able to get push up front, and it helps when you have a talent like that to turn around and hand the football off to.
Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. Boy, there wasn't much room to wiggle for that running back there.
None at all. Great job by the defense getting in the backfield quickly, closing up all the holes, nowhere to run.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. They'll give it to Washington. Breaks into the open. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Huskies. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
This is a guy that put a lot of pressure on himself coming in this season. He felt like he was ready to have a breakout year. He knew he had all the tools in the toolbox to be able to get it done, and he's showing it. That's his 10th rushing touchdown on the season.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the return man showing great vision to be able to find some space and put his team in much better field position. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They'll try to answer that last score with one of their own. A chance here to tie the game with a touchdown drive. Caught. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's 1st down. Last completion moved the sticks, and let's see if they try it again.
And after that long completion for their 1st down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
They're working that left side. Big play. Takes him into plus territory. He's out of bounds at the 47. They'll snap it from the 47 on 1st down. Quick give. It's Jackson. And they get to him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 2. Well, the most insightful analysis I can come up with on that one is that didn't work. Back to the drawing board to see if there's something that works a little better soon.
Or if I can quote the great Reese Davis, that was very ungood. Not a productive 1st down play.
Fires left. Got there right as the ball did. Jarred it loose. It'll be 3rd down.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
They need a huge play on 3rd and long. Stopped, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. The Buckeyes headed quickly to the line. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and they've got a chance to lock this thing up before the break. The Buckeyes will try to convert on 4th down. Finds the tight end. Excellent discipline by this defense. They keep everything in front of him, and they make the big 4th down stop.
Man, aggressive play calls. Everybody wants you to be aggressive. They're aggressive. They take their shot. Now they got to live with a little bit of the consequences. They turn the football over on downs. Now their defense has to go out on the field and make some stops.
Play action with Williams. Caught. At the 40, there he goes. Oh, a lot of space. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Huskies. That touchdown puts them up by at least 2 scores. Too early to say it's over? Probably, but boy, it's starting to feel that way.
It might not be over, but you're in trouble, and you better find some answers really, really quickly. This team is putting everything together, and right now you got nothing going. Come on, give me something.
And that is not the optimal solution there. The kickoff out of bounds, and the offense will have a little bit easier time of things. Throwing, say it. He uncorks a laser deep down the middle. Runs through a man, he might have some space. He's at the tip, and he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Buckeye!
Well, this guy certainly, from a statistical standpoint, has done everything to deserve a trip to New York City. He has been a big playmaker week in, week out for this offense. Get this, that last touchdown was his 20th touchdown catch of the season. This guy has been unstoppable.
And the extra point is good. On the run from inside his own 5. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. They take over late and they have enough time to put together a drive. Here's Williams to throw. Out wide left, it's Washington. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Washington right back to the line.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at them, they're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
Finds his tight end. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43.
Man, nice job getting the ball out of his hands quickly, understanding the big fella's open. And the big fella, I don't mean an offensive lineman anymore. That's what tight ends used to be, is just an extension of the O-line. These guys are now extensions at receiver. They can make big plays, get him the ball, run after the catch.
Here's a give to Washington. Nice pickup there, gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line. And the Huskies come to the line with a fresh set of downs.
And this offense is clicking, man. This defense is going to have to find something in a hurry, right? That's 3 plays. That's 3 first downs. They've got to do a better job of affecting this defense, getting some penetration, winning at the line of scrimmage. You can't let them just move down the field and get a first down on every single play they run.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down at 2nd and 6. Williams. Out wide right, it's Washington. Rolls inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 29, and now they're threatening.
And we've seen him do it by land, right? They've been handing him the football, and he's been finding space, making some plays, and now he does it by air. They find him, throw him the football, proving to be a dual threat. This is a guy they like to feature in this offense because he'll continue to make big plays.
7-yard pickup on that one is now 2nd and 3. The Huskies can really attack on this 2nd and short. Secondary walks up on the line, showing press coverage. Williams will pass. Left side is Washington. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a 1st and goal. Washington stops the clock and uses its first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. From the red zone, it's Washington. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. They'll use a timeout right before halftime, maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays.
First down and goal, I bet you the percentages are really high for run, and this defense was ready for it. They got to match the physicality right here, right now in this situation.
Picked up some of what they needed on first down. Now it's second and goal from the 5. They'll keep it on the ground looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Huskies! Excellent pass by the back on the option.
This has been an outstanding job by this football team in the middle 8, right? The last 4 minutes of the first half, they score a touchdown, and here in the first 4 minutes of the second half, they score another. They've changed the scoreboard. They've changed the momentum. Their confidence right now is very, very high, but this is one of those areas situationally in the game coaches are always harping on, and they have executed perfectly.
Oh, what vision! He finally goes out of bounds, and what a way to wrap up the third quarter. We've played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, down the stretch we come on what's been a thrilling college football season. Week 11 filled with storylines. Let's start with Memphis taking on the USF Bulls. And it's Memphis with the first half lead on this juggernaut, and they're trying to make history today. Going to take a lot of discipline in this second half, but they're almost halfway home.
The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute them.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Keeps it himself. He'll toss it. He picks up maybe a couple before he stopped right at the 30-yard line. And the Huskies come to the line in the hurry-up. Third down from the gun, Williams. Throws to the wideout. It's caught downfield. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a first down. These 2 guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
Well, the defense was trailing going in at halftime, and I think they made some adjustments against the run. They want to slow this guy down. That's a really nice start to the second half if you're on defense.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's second and 12. Throwing, Williams. Fires to the big fella. Turning it on. Good pickup there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41.
Man, they've been scoring a lot of points. When you've got the skill and you've got the speed outside at wide receiver, that's why. And here we are in the second half, and nothing's changing. If they can't cover us, we're going to keep taking shots, and that's what you got to do. This quarterback right now, he's in a beautiful rhythm. He's seeing the field. The game looks slow to him right now, and he's executing at an incredibly high level. And these receivers outside, man, they are winning each and every time.
They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. This offense had so much success in that first half, so in the third quarter, they come out, and the quarterback looks like he's still dealing. This has been a really nice drive. That was a really nice throw. Just keep doing what you're doing if you're on offense.
Here's a give to Washington. They get him in the backfield, and he loses 3 on the play. And after that last play, there is a Husky who has yet to get up. That's the sophomore running back they're taking a look at, and Holly Rowe will let us know what's going on the sideline. This drive was clicking along, but now it's 2nd and 14. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Clark. Maybe some room here. Taken down.
And it's going to be interesting to watch this defense, man, because obviously when you're trailing, and offenses can sometimes get conservative. That's 2 runs back-to-back. Do they get more aggressive and try to bring more guys near the line of scrimmage, not let them waste time, and try to get their offense the football back?
Turns into the pile. He gets nothing. Nowhere to go, and it'll be 4th down.
Yeah, that's a really good job by the defense, because when you get in that 3rd and medium area, listen, you got to be worried about the run and the pass. Did a good job playing both, got it stopped, now forcing a 4th down.
Looking to move the chains, Washington now on 4th down. Williams to throw for it on 4th. Big man has it. It's a 1st down and more. He'll go out of bounds at the 18-yard line.
Well, to heck with being conservative, right? I mean, that essentially would have just been a chip shot field goal with where they were on that 4th down, but they decide to go for it, throw it. They're looking for 6. They're going for a touchdown. They are being aggressive.
Washington coming to the line with another 1st down. On the move. Plows through the defense. Got some room, headed to the goal line, and he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Washington! They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here this Week 11 performance. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21.
Have yourself a day, young fella. You know why they handed him the ball a lot? Because he did that. That's his 4th trip to pay dirt. This dude has shown you a little bit of everything. What a great back. And 4 touchdowns on the day.
Opening snap of this drive comes from the 38-yard line. Sayin. Just a short pass to the tight end. He steps out of bounds right at the 45-yard line, and now they're starting to put things together.
Yeah, and tight ends aren't just line up and block guys anymore. These guys are athletes. You line them up all over the field, and nowadays you even start to feature them more and more in the passing game.
Looking for a man. It's Sayin. Unloads it left. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
Well, at this juncture in the game, with how the scoreboard looks, no question this offense is going to have to throw to get back in the game, and it's going to be tricky now because the defense is expecting it. You're going to throw into a lot of big zone coverages with everybody's eyes on the quarterback. Not going to be easy.
Trying to squeak through the pile. This might depend on the spot, but I think he's going to come up just inches short of converting that 3rd down. Quarterback signaling to his guys. On 4th. He's got enough for the 1st down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going.
Well, you know if you're this offense, you're dialing up this running back, man. He has been a scoring machine all season long. He just finds his way into the end zone, and this is a golden opportunity to put 6 up on the board with that guy in your backfield.
Here's Sayin to throw. Caught. There he goes. The 30. A huge pickup on this play. They finally get him out of bounds, and that is some kind of way to wrap up the 3rd quarter. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. They'll go back to work with a 1st down in the final period.
Ready? 22.
Fresh setter downs going to the air. Out wide left, it's Rodgers. Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks. And the Buckeyes moving quickly to the line. Straight ahead, it's Rodgers. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. From the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Play fake, Julian Sayed. Rush right in his face. And he's sacked. Great work there by this defense.
And this defense came to play. They know about the high-profile QB. They rose to the challenge and dominated the competition today. They took care of business, and they made no doubt about who's the better football team.
Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it 1st and goal. Say it. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes! He got it! Beat down in bounds! Lining up to add another. Splits the uprights. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they capped the drive with a 4-yard touchdown pass. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Here comes the Washington offense to start this possession. So that last touchdown made it a 2-possession game, but if this offense can do its job, they can put this one away. They'll start on the ground with Washington. Dropped immediately. He got nothing on 1st down.
I know exactly what I have to do here. Defensively, we've got to get the stop. So we're playing run. We're selling out to run because we're thinking they're going to run the football, and we got 3 timeouts. Let's use them wisely. Let's use those timeouts, save as much clock as we can so our offense has some time on the clock to do some damage when they get the football back.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Williams unloads to the wideout. Makes the grab. Now they've got even more breathing room. The 31 and a fresh set of downs.
I think most offenses around the country in a situation like this with the lead late would be trying to run the football, right, or throw it short and try to bleed the clock. But this offense, man, it's still pedal to the metal. They're looking for chunk play opportunities.
And they'll line up from the 31 on 1st down. Running inside, it's Clark. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. Timeout signal for by the Buckeyes. That's their first. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. Washington stops the clock and uses its first timeout. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. Here's Williams to throw. Quickly to the tight end. They use that sideline as a defender and get him out of bounds at the 36.
It's so important that this offense is able to stay on schedule. What that means is keeping 3rd downs manageable. That last completion to the tight end accomplished just that. A really nice play.
find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. Here's Williams. Moves to his right. He'll try to do it himself. At midfield, he's got room. He's into plus territory, knocked out of bounds after the nice game. Mark it at the 47.
I tell you what, these are so frustrating, right? He drops back, it's a pass, he wants to throw the football, but when he starts scrambling, these are those chances where you can get those chase down poke outs or hit the QB as hard as you can to try to force a fumble. You got to do something to get the offense the football back.
Hit and dropped, and he got nothing on first down.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Didn't get much on first down, it's 2nd and 9. The handoff, keep working on that clock. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34.
And you hear people talk about the 4-minute offense all the time in football. What does that mean? That means you're getting first downs, running the clock, and just right now physically dominating up front. Nice job by this offense.
The Huskies back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. They'll ride the hot hand. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22. Timeout on the field. 2:03 remaining. The defense trying to manipulate that clock and maximize the time with the 2-minute timeout coming up. Washington has it and a fresh set of downs. The run inside. It's Clark. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. Ordinarily on 2nd and 10, you might look past, but here you just want to keep that clock moving. The give. They put the brakes on it. The defense quickly calls a timeout, trying to save as much clock as possible. $1:57 left.
And that's a great play by the defensive end. The best athletes on the field play defensive end. You can ask anybody. Yes, I agree, Jesse Reese. They agree with me. Same thing. But you watch them get off the football, make the play. That's why you put your athletes